We bring in retired Colonel Dr. Jacques Neria, former Deputy Head of Assessment in the Israeli Military Intelligence. Jacques, we are looking at images on our screen right now, an active shooter. We are hearing that this is happening over several scenes. Details are emerging as we speak. What can you tell us? What are you hearing?
Well, the events are unfolding now, and it's too early to assess and say who is the perpetrator. We can only assess and say that there are two possible venues. One is the Islamic State. We know from the publications in the last few days that they are boasting that with the operation they carried in Hadera, and that this is only the beginning. This is the language of the Islamic State, and this could be one possibility. The other one is the Islamic Jihad, and the Islamic Jihad, as I said earlier in earlier meetings, that I think that this is a signal that is sent by Iran, opening, I would say, an open war against Israel by using the proxy, the Islamic Jihad. In a way, one could have expected that the jihad and the Islamic State would react to the punitive measures that Israel has been carrying in the last 3 weeks, and certainly this serves as a symbol, because hitting inside Israel, hitting in Tel Aviv is much more appreciated by the Arabs, and of course it has a glory compared to Hadera and other places in Israel. Tel Aviv is definitely the heart of Israel, and this terrorist act would certainly be hailed by all terror lovers. I mean, those who want us, I mean, to suffer from this terrorism.
Now, Jacques, as we've been talking about, this is an unfolding situation. As far as we know, there is one gunman, but that still is not confirmed either. There could be more. That is something we will be assessing and hearing from authorities on the ground very shortly. But some context that there has been, in the space of 1 week, 3 terror attacks in Israel, one in Beersheba in the south, one in Hadera in the north, and then one in Bnei Brak near Tel Aviv. And intelligence officials were on alert, security officials were on alert, and authorities were talking about a terror wave. Given your intelligence experience, give us an assessment of what is going on the ground now in terms of intelligence and security operations as we speak.
Well, I believe that all intelligence agencies are right now on high alert, trying to locate the perpetrator, trying to understand who is behind this terrorist act, and of course trying to understand if this is the action of a lonely wolf, or is it an operation that was initiated by a dormant cell, as we can see now. The pattern that has been the case here in Dizengoff looks very much like the pattern in Bnei Brak. A gunman who's well armed with weapons and maybe grenades just walks the street and shoots whoever is on his way. So this is definitely, in my view, it reminds me more of the Islamic Jihad rather than the Islamic State. But this is to be seen. What is certain is that all intelligence agencies, the Shabak, the Aman, the military intelligence, the police, everyone right now is trying to look into the records and see if that something of the sort was expected, and what were the measures taken by the police and by the intelligence agencies during those last days in Tel Aviv.
Now, over and above, Jacques, the concerns around what we've been talking about, this terror wave that the country is facing, there were also security concerns about Ramadan and what would be happening specifically in East Jerusalem. Talk to us about the heightened tensions right now. What we are seeing unfolding on our screens right now is in Tel Aviv, but the whole country has been on alert, and there were expectations that something like this could happen, even if it is a copycat incident, as you've detailed.
Well, what has happened right now in Tel Aviv is quite dramatic, because in my view, this is going to be the inspiration of young Arabs, young Palestinians on the Temple Mount tomorrow at the first Friday of the Ramadan. And certainly the tension is at its height, and I believe that there could degenerate in protests, and those protests could bring us closer to a military confrontation with the jihad and with the Hamas.